Well, traders, welcome back. Trader Tom here from Simply Forex, the channel created to help you succeed at trading. First of all, happy July 4th to all of our American viewers. I hope you currently have a beer in your hand, probably a little bit early. But yeah, happy July 4th. But bearing that in mind, guys, the volume is going to be light in the market today, right? There's going to be no American market. And if there is, they will be drunk. Right, so bear that in mind, guys. And as always, guys, every single day I'm going to give you every one of my trade ideas and just show you what I'm looking at in the markets. All right, so let's get started. Let's look at the trades. Now, I am interested in US dollar pairs, right? So if we're interested in US dollar pairs, we need to look at the dollar index, right? Now, we saw US dollar weakness yesterday, right? There was loads of data yesterday, and the dollar, most of the data was worse than expected for the dollar, right? And we've seen dollar weakness on the back of that. Now, it's put it in a real interesting place, right? So let's look at the dollar index. So first of all, right, if you look at the weekly chart, right, nothing's changed. Okay, we're still in this, this beautiful channel that I've never seen price respect so much in all my life, right? And we're just at the bottom of that channel. Okay, we're still at the bottom of this channel. Price could do this, and then, it's respecting the channel. Okay, so the weekly still looks fine, right? If we look at the day chart, we have had a break there in structure, right? We was in this uptrend. Okay, and then we've broken these lows, right, on the back of all of that bad news, but we're bouncing off of this level, right? If it breaks out of this channel, then I think we can expect US dollar weakness. But if it holds this channel, comes back up, we can expect US dollar strength, right? So a real interesting predicament here. It's like between a rock and a hard place, yeah? So bearing that in mind, guys, there's a couple of US dollar pairs that I'm looking at today, right? Now, if you looked at Euro US dollar, for example, just on the day chart, right, this has had a structure break, right? This was the last high, and this broke it. But we are directly at resistance again, okay? And this, 10800 large psychological number. So I don't want to buy Euro US dollar, although we've had a structure break there. Okay. And also, if we look at another pair, if we look at pound US dollar, again, right, this has had a clear structure break, right? So if we just follow this down, bang, yeah. Again, we're at resistance. And also, if you just look at the weekly chart, this is where we're entering these weekly wicks. Right. And we just, I know this is a large area from here to here, but all in here, there is potential sellers, right? Because of those wicks. Now, those are structure breaks, okay? But I don't want to buy them, all right? But if we look at New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and we go to the day chart, right? This hasn't had a structure break. In fact, we've had a reaction at a resistance level. Okay, so let me show you what I mean, guys. So if we let's start back here. If we just follow New Zealand dollar, US dollar, okay, stopped making higher highs. And ever since then, just nothing, bang, we broke, right? We broke all of these lows in here. And now we've retraced, okay? And this level in here, if I zoom in, these are the last highs. And this wick has closed back into those last highs. And it's bounced beautifully off the moving average 20. So again, we've got this double whammy resistance level. Okay, the highs haven't been broken. And we've got this nice big bearish wick, okay, at this resistance level, right? So bearing that in mind, yeah, if you just looked at that structurally, and from a support and resistance point of view and a candlestick point of view, which are all the things that make up price action, we could sell from this level, potentially, back down to these lows, right? And that's what I'm looking to do. But as always, guys, my criteria needs to be met. Okay, if we look at the H4, I mean, H4 is clearly in an uptrend, guys, right? But you can see it's held on to this grey zone. If we look at the H1, yeah, if we get a structure breakdown on the H1, I will be interested in taking this trade. Only then, right? So if we look at H1, price has come up, it's created a higher low, comes back up, it's, you know, maybe stopped making higher highs. That's a bit of a red flag. And if we perhaps get something like this, and then we get a break of these lows, I will be interested in selling New Zealand dollar, US dollar. You know, it might sell it back down to here, potentially down to here, but I will take some profit somewhere and let some profit run. Okay. And if I take this trade, I put all of my trades in the VIP Trading Academy. All right. So New Zealand US dollar, if we get a break in structure, I will be selling it. And it's the same for US dollar, Swiss franc, guys, right? Again, if we start with the day chart, right, it's bounced off a beautiful level, right? Now, just looking at this candle, yeah, so what's happened with this candle is we had all that selling pressure, yeah, that US dollar weakness, and then it's hit a nice level, and then bang, we've got loads of buyers back in the market. That's what this candle tells me, right? And I would say this is a bullish candle. I know it's red, but the wick of that candle is larger than the body of this. Okay, so potentially we can do this. And again, just look at structure, right? This is where we're at, right? Once we break this area, what was once resistance becomes good support. And that's potentially what we're seeing, and we can take it back up here. You know, we're above the moving average 20, and like I say, we've got a nice wick rejection there. If we look at the H4, I would even say the H4 is still intact. Okay? If we look at H4, this is that's the H4 structure so far. So H4 is still intact with this pair. If we drop to the H1, again, I'm just looking for a simple structure break, right? So you can see here, we was in a H1 downtrend. We've had this, look at that wick, that's a huge rejection. And all I want to see is a break. Yeah, maybe it just does that. We break this level, I will be interested in buying back up to here. Yeah, if not further. All right, guys. So yeah, they're the two trade ideas for today for the US dollar pairs. Before I show you what else I'm looking at, guys, if I could just say, if you want to join a community of traders where you can talk to traders, share ideas, then please come join our free Discord channel. All right. If you want more than that and you would like to receive my trade signals, numerous tutorials, and have direct access to me, then please come join our VIP Trading Academy. All right. And also, guys, if you check out our preferred brokers, you can get access and discounts to all of these things via our preferred brokers. All right. So check it all out. It's all in the video description. Also, don't forget live stream today, 8 a.m. New York EST. I expect none of the US viewers to be there and be drunk because it's July 4th. So yeah, we're looking at that. I just want to show you a couple more things, guys. So the indices, right? These are just pow, 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 right? In the words of Batman, right? We really, yeah, we were seeing a double top here, right? But this double top never followed through. For a double top to follow through, we need a break of structure, and that never happened. Okay, and then just look at this buying pressure. Now, big bullish candle that's broken highs, right? This could be a buying opportunity. Okay, it could. But what I'd really like to, you know, we've got NFPs as well, right, on Friday. So what I want to see is on the weekly chart, I want to see how this weekly chart finishes. So you can see that we've had sellers come into this market, right? Now, right now, this weekly chart is telling us to buy, buy, buy. Yeah, no doubt about it. But we've still got a few days to go. If we end up with another, you know, wick or a candle that looks something like this, right, and it holds on to these highs, then, I'm less inclined to keep buying it. You can already see it's very overbought, right? There's no value up here in me buying this. But, having said that, it could go up for another, 12 years. Unlikely. But you know what I mean? It can still carry on. But I want to keep an eye on that weekly chart for me, that weekly candle. I want to see how that finishes before I commit to any buying of indices. And it's the same with S&P, right? If we look at the day chart, yeah, we've clearly had a break of this. Again, we thought we were seeing a double top. But again, these lows never broke, right? If they break, there's a good chance that's coming lower. But it never did, right? It held. And look at the reaction we got from those lows. But again, look, this has broken these highs and therefore a good buying opportunity, right? And it is. There's no two ways about it. That daily chart is a good buying opportunity. But like I say, if we look at the weekly chart is telling us there's sellers. There's sellers there. And I really want to see how this weekly candle finishes, right? Again, right now, I would carry on buying the indices. But if we end up with a weekly candle that looks something like this, right, then I'm not interested. Those sellers are still there. So I'm going to give it till the end of the week for the indices. Yeah, and that's it. And obviously, guys, we saw some real strength in Aussie dollar yesterday. It hasn't really materialized in too many trades, really. I'm still interested in Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, but there's just not much room for it to move into, right? We've got this 1,000 level and we're at 93, right? But potentially it could come up to here as well, right? So we shall see. Because if you look at the day chart, it was a nice bullish candle yesterday. Yeah, it was, we had some real strength coming to the Aussie dollar. All right, guys. So yeah, they're my trade ideas. That's everything I'm looking at today. If you've enjoyed my analysis, please subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button and smash the like button. Have a great trading day and I'll see you later for the live stream. But before we do, let's take a look at the news. So news for Thursday, the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to America. Very good film as well. Hope aliens don't attack. But yeah, news for today, guys. So just bearing that in mind, it's Independence Day. There's going to be, a real lack of volume in the market, right? Simple as that. But please come and join me for the live stream later at 8 a.m. Right, news we're interested in. 7:30, coming out of Switzerland, we got CPI. So inflation figures still super important, guys. This is going to move the Swiss franc pairs. Okay. After that, guys, at 9:30, we've got construction PMI coming out of the UK. That could move any pound pairs. And then after that, guys, 11 o'clock, we got the UK general election, right? So, politicians, don't get me started, right? But whatever's said in those general elections, is going to have an impact on the pound, guys, all right? And then at 12:30, we also have the ECB publishing their accounts, right? So again, some important information could come from that. All right, but yeah, relatively light news day. If you've enjoyed the vid, guys, please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you later for the live stream. All right, cheers, guys.